Owen, have you ever Googled the Long Hop Cricket Podcast?
Can't say that I have, no.
Well, I did yesterday.
Yeah, we top of the list?
I came across something slightly interesting. We have made it to Reddit. Are you familiar with Reddit?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
So Reddit, for anyone who hasn't, it's got lots of little rabbit holes that you can certainly fire down with lots of people. Basically a big forum. And somebody has done it's called a Defiant Cricket podcast list. Guess which YouTube podcast makes that list?
I'm guessing ours does.
Sure does. Shall I name you some of the names that we are in the same list as, Owen? Would you like?
I would love that.
So we make it into the English category. We are alongside Test Match Special, the Lords podcast, Talk Sport 2's podcast. Anything else of any? Sky Sports Cricket podcast. I think there's a podcast here done by the guys at All Out Cricket. It's big names, and we're not even bottom of the list. There's a cricket podcast that becomes lower than us.
Just one.
But you want to hear the little description that's given?
Who does this? I don't understand.
It's just one of, like I said, it's one of them rabbit holes. Someone's just put a big cricket list together. There's loads on there. Lots of world cricket, global cricket, like BBC Stumped, the Cricket Saddest Hour, which is quite popular on iTunes. Lots of Australian podcasts. But anyway, do you want to know what's
Go on.
next? English lads, Owen and Dave, shoot the breeze with a link to our show. What do you think?
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
We weren't shooting the breeze last time, were we? Last podcast was interesting.
I don't really know what shoot the breeze is. I guess chatting.
I think we do shoot the breeze.
What's that mean?
I just think we just shoot the shit, eh?
Yeah.
Just have a general chit chat.
That's pretty cool. Where do we come on that? Is it numbered or is it just a big list?
It's a big list, but we're not. Obviously, the person that did it thought of somebody else after us, if you like.
Right. Okay. We came.
So there's big names in front of us, like the ones on Test Match Special comes
Right.
comes
Okay.
first.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, we're on the list.
That's pretty cool. That's
And
cool.
We'll have a look, and there's not many other YouTube podcasts on that list. So we've made it.
We've made it. There we are. We've made it. There we go.
I suppose
I wonder how long it would take.
the person that has made this, I don't really know how to use Reddit, so I can't. I suppose I could find a way of creating a comment and whatnot. But thank you if you are listening or you're a subscriber.
Yeah, that's mint. That's well cool.
So this is Long Hop Cricket Podcast. I'm Dave. I've Owen sat next to me, and we're here to shoot the breeze.
Stop using that now.
Oh, news.
Go on.
2 really important pieces of news.
Oh.
Quite serious.
Okay.
Ireland and Afghanistan have been given Test match status.
That is big news.
That's
massive.
very, very big news.
Do we know who they're...
I don't know if they've got any fixtures or what the deal is, but they got given it a couple of days ago.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's massive.
I don't fancy a trip to Ireland, but I definitely would be interested in watching England go to Afghanistan.
Be cool, wouldn't it?
And not necessarily political reasons. I really think Afghanistan have got a good chance in Afghanistan playing England.
It's just going to be like playing in India, isn't it?
Well, India, Bangladesh.
Do they have any... I wonder what you have to meet. The standards you have to meet to be a test.
You certainly have
nation.
to meet... from what I understand is... I watched... I don't know. I think you might have even watched it. A documentary about Afghanistan cricket.
I watched
Sky
that.
Sports.
It was really good. It was really good.
And you have to show that you from grassroots. Your cricket's getting better. I think you have to have like a business plan or a plan.
Well, I'm just wondering, like for stadiums.
Yeah, well, of course
surely they have to have.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
And also, I imagine a domestic game.
Yeah.
But I would love
That's
to
really
see.
impressive.
Absolutely love to see. I'm not too. But Ireland, I'm not too. Well, I'll get onto that, but I'd love to see England go out to Afghanistan and play, even if it was a 2-match Test series. Absolutely, would be really cool. Excited because I think
would be really good.
Afghanistan would have a really good chance and it would be a good game. Ireland, on the other hand, I would like to see a team like Sri Lanka or Bangladesh.
West Indies.
I think West Indies would roll Ireland over in Ireland, but I think the likes of Bangladesh, Sri Lanka maybe go over to Ireland, and with the conditions being
Test matches.
Yeah,
Bangladesh have got to murder them.
but I'm saying with the conditions being unfriendly towards
I still think they'd murder them.
a Sri Lanka and a Bangladesh team, I think that might be interesting. No, I think
It's quite cool, isn't it?
yeah.
When was the last time a Test nation was added?
I imagine it was
It's got to be a while ago.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Sri Lanka was that added in the 80s or the 90s?
Bangladesh has got to be the most recent, isn't it?
Oh, I'm not sure when Zimbabwe.
But anyway, it's been a while since a new one's been introduced. That's really cool.
And even more important news, devastating news actually.
Right.
Henry Blofeld, Blowers,
Yeah.
announced his forthcoming retirement at the end of the summer from Test Match Special.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I heard it on the radio this morning going to work, and it instantly put me in a bad mood.
Yeah. Surely you just limit your appearances, don't you?
He's 77 now. He says that he's actually, the work that he puts in, it's too much hard work to have a good time.
Right.
Were his words. He says he finds it difficult to keep up with the game, to watch the game. He says he still loves cricket, but he finds actually the hard work is taking away from his love.
Yeah. I think he should do like what Richie Benaud did.
And what was that?
Well, he retired in 2005, didn't he? From travelling.
Oh, but
he only covered...
Blowers doesn't travel. He only pretty much just Lords.
all right.
He says he's going to continue, which I'd love to go and see. He has a show with Graham Swan, like we went and saw.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd love to go and see Blowers and Swanee, their show. But I just think Henry Blofeld's actually been my front...
He's brilliant.
Runner, one of my top favourite commentators. I think...
He's so good.
I think one of the favourite things I like about him is that... and it's kind of a bit weird saying inspiration, but he's somebody that, when commentating on a cricket game, doesn't commentate on the cricket.
Yeah.
And that makes it enjoyable wherever you are. Whether you're sat in the ground or whether you're at home in the car, on your holidays. The fact that he talks about the buses going past, you feel safe, you feel enjoyable, and you feel you're having a really good time when he's in the commentary box.
I remember listening, and he was talking about a league game that was happening on a pitch that the cameras could see from a way away, and he was talking about the bowlers, just ignoring the game that was going on in front.
Very famously, he's spoken about pigeons,
wildlife. He's got to go down as one of the sports broadcasting legends, isn't he?
A 50-year career with Test Match.
That's insane. He's got to go down. He's just
been
such a personality, isn't he?
And what I also love, and it only holds good stead for us, is that Henry Blofeld never played at any sort of county level.
What are you saying?
That we can go and have a 50-year career with BBC Test Match Special.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Even though we've never played.
How long does that give us? A few years? And then we can have a 50-year career and retire at the same age?
That'd be nice. He did play... I think if you go on ESPN or whatever site you use for averages, then he will have an average. Because he's played first-class cricket.
Didn't he get hit by a bus or something?
He played for a university which would have played against a county.
Right.
But then I think he got hit by a bus, and whether he
That's
had
ridiculous.
nerve damage or a knock to the head, he said that he couldn't play. His reactions had
been affected
so dramatically that he couldn't continue to play.
He's carved out a pretty good career for himself, though.
Well, he's had a 50-year career at
That's insane.
Test Match Special. Anyway, 10 minutes in.
Right, yeah, well.
England,
2 very important pieces of news.
Yeah, that Blowers one, certainly. 10 minutes in, and we are going...
Should we get to what...
Going to talk about England versus South Africa, second T20 at Taunton today. It's been 18 years since we've had an England international game, men's international that is, at Taunton in Somerset.
It's a while, isn't it?
They don't even have floodlights. Though, what a beautiful ground it is.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Very similar to Worcester, but apart from the fact that there's actually stands.
I had a bat made in Somerset.
Right.
Millchampin Hall. They're right next to the Somerset ground. Bit of a legendary bat maker.
Really?
Yeah. Sachin Tendulkar and Brian Lara. Every famous cricketer, they go there. It's like a place you go to have a bat made.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. They all sign the wall where he makes them. The wall where he next to his bit that he does it. Pretty cool. But anyway,
I think we'll do that with
Oh, what, when we get our own studio?
Well, with microphones.
Or that? What
So
do you
like
mean?
whoever makes these,
Don't call them out.
not mic stands though. We're not sporting these mic
No,
stands.
yeah.
Last time.
I'm not even sure we could find who made them anyway.
Will we go down to like some LA studio and write our name or
You
something?
think LA? No, you can't go to LA. Cricket.
But no, I'm saying I'm saying it's for obviously for the microphones wherever they're made. It could be an American.
Oh, what,
brand.
they want us to sign the
Just
thing?
like the cricket.
Oh, I
bats,
see.
yeah.
I thought you meant like we'll have our own studio and all the famous cricket players that come can sign the wall of our studio.
Well, I would probably take LA.
Go either way.
It would
You
be good.
No, we're not. Don't worry about that, guys. We won't be doing this out of LA.
The weather would be perfect for cricket.
Oh, it'd be great, but no one cares about it there. Be weird.
But what about if we do what David Beckham did to football, but we do it to cricket?
Yeah, he didn't really quite manage it, did he?
Oh, I don't know. I think he definitely brought football to.
He did a good job, but I don't want to be the pioneer. I'd like to just,
Dribble
follow
towards
in.
that.
I'd like to follow in Blower's footsteps rather than.
I can't wait until I get a job on Test Match Special.
What do you mean?
I'm looking forward to that day.
What do you mean?
England won the toss, chose the field.
Standard. I don't. It's not even a surprise anymore. I don't even know.
Why did they even have the toss?
Yeah.
Thing is, though, South Africa had players that got in and got out. We always forget to do this, but let me run through the teams first. A few changes. Sam Billings comes in for Hales.
Yeah, where did he bat in the last game? It was like 5, wasn't it?
It was like
or something?
712. Yeah.
2020 is so bizarre.
It was like 6, I
It was
think.
just to
5
fit
or
him in the
6.
team somewhere.
Sam Billings opens with Jason Roy, keeps his space. Liam Livingstone makes his debut.
Is there some reason as to why Hales didn't play, or is it just they're just swapping it up?
just swapping up.
Okay.
So Livingstone comes in for. You're testing me now. Somebody. I suppose.
Surely he's come in for Hales.
No,
Because Billings was already in the team.
Yeah, but Billings takes number 2 if you like for this game. Livingstone is batting. He changes his batting order though, doesn't he? He comes in at. Livingstone came in at number 4 today.
I've got absolutely no idea who he is.
Nope, didn't do that well today either. I suppose he's coming for that spinner maybe.
Anyway,
They're also Tom Curran, who we've heard a lot about in the last 2 years. The Curran brothers
right.
down in Surrey.
Yes.
We've seen them in North versus South games, England Lions. These two brothers that are supposed to be seen the new Seam twins. Doesn't quite have the same ring.
Just
the Seam brothers.
Right.
And he had a really good game. Anyway, let me just quickly run through who else in the South African team. We see Morning Walker comes back, Chris Morris comes back, David Miller comes back.
There are some tricky names in that South African team.
And if those players are new, then I'm not attempting to say their names. Anyway,
How do you say number 3?
This, AB de Villiers.
He's 4. Good guess, but not quite.
Moshel.
What? Come on.
No.
His first name as well. Mangaliso.
Okay, then Mangaliso Moshel.
Oh, that would do. It's not been his day, but
Anyway, let's.
okay. Sorry.
Smutty Smut.
Is he the spinner?
No, open it. Yes.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
You can't. He doesn't. Not.
No, I know, but he bowls.
Left arm slide.
Yeah, okay, right.
Smutty Smut. AB de Villiers no longer play Test cricket. Those only. Oh, and Berardine, who can only. Oh, I suppose he did better today than he did last week. But those are the only 3 that really make scores. You see a little, I suppose small cameos coming through, but nothing. This wasn't a score that was electrifying. I know 174 is a kind of a par score, I think, in T20.
There's
But it wasn't electrifying.
Looking at this scorecard, it's one of those scorecards, and this is going to sound really stupid, and call me out if it is, it might be, But you look at some scorecards, and they don't look like they
don't
add
add
up
up,
to
yeah.
anywhere near the score they've got.
What's the extras? 5 wide, so
Do you know what I mean? That score doesn't look like 170 to
looks
me.
like 140, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like looking at that scorecard, you go, England definitely have to win that game.
Yeah.
I think even with 170, you got to back England.
Oh no, I thought South Africa would just part. And Taunton is renowned for being tiny.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of small cricket grounds.
But it hasn't worked today. Taunton, if I was a betting man, I would have put on both teams tipping 200.
Yeah, I don't think that would be bad. I'm not sure you get good odds for it either.
No, yeah.
Because you really would expect it.
But I think, it's a standard T20, get in, get out. Let's look at the bowlers. Tom Curran on debut, 3 for 33 off his 4.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it?
He's very impressive. He bowled well as well. Plunkett, 2 for 36 off 4.
I like Plunko.
And then Willie, Jordan and Dawson all bowling 4 and all picking up the...
Change your mind on Willie?
One each.
Convince you anymore?
I think Willie's a brilliant player. I just don't understand how it works. I think he's a very good limited overs player, but I just don't understand how it works.
Well, you think that he should just... There's got to be someone better? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I'm saying that he is the best player.
Oh, right.
I'm understanding... I see batsmen play...
Do you not think he's like the Collingwood of 2020? Not that Collingwood is a bad 2020 player, but do you think he's like a Collingwoody kind of player? It's like, it doesn't quite work, but it does.
But Collingwood was ugly. David Willie's bowling action is definitely not ugly.
But it's not right, is it? I mean, the way he plays, like you say, doesn't look like he should be at that standard.
Well,
I mean, this is so harsh because he definitely is good enough.
He's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
It's just bowling 80 miles per hour, left arm coming over, bowling 80. Took him batsman up. I don't.
But how quick
he should be getting spanked over the leg side.
But,
For
but
me,
like,
that's
yeah.
but he does this job, which is he's generally pretty economical. He's a good player. I just don't really understand how it works.
Okay, well, I would agree.
England pretty bad in the field. A couple of drops, and they were dollies.
I think 2020 teams are so close now. That kind of stuff is
The only thing to
the
separate.
difference.
Well, I think. I know you played bits and bobs of cricket. Do you think that when you see a drop go down, it's almost like a bit of a virus that runs through the team?
No.
No.
But saying that,
Bad fielding?
I don't play in a team where the standard,
Yeah, of
everyone's
course,
at the same standard.
Because these drops, they were bad. They were absolute dollies. One on the boundary, or I can't. 99 times out of 100, you would put all your money on her.
Yeah.
That.
I think international level, if there's a chance of catching it, it should be taken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
no excuse, and we know that.
South Africa had some shockers in the last game.
Oh, in the last game
catches.
they were dreadful.
So
but
that might be the difference.
England should be better. I think move on to the batting, which is I think where we're going to spend a lot of our time talking about. A funny dismissal at the top of the order. Jason Roy.
Yeah.
Obstruction. Now, I understand it's the rule where a player, so the player's backing up, he's run, and then they've said no, he's come back. But what he's done is he's ran across the wicket onto the side to get in front of the ball.
Yeah.
And the ball's hit him.
Right.
Is that obstruction for you?
Yes.
Is that out?
No.
Yeah. It's the umpires are well in their right. I'm not arguing this fact to give him out because it's in the rule book. I just don't agree with the rule because it's like LBW. We need a ball tracker to see if it's going to hit the stumps for one, and also he can run. I think if he wants to go and take that extra stride, if you like, or if that's the quickest route, he can do that. He's well in his. I think he's well in his right to run,
block the ball.
As long as he's not running down the middle of the pitch, which he wasn't.
Yeah.
But to run on either side of the wicket, he's well in his right to, I believe.
What about if he turned round to watch the ball? Just stop. He's like, I'm not going to make it. I'll just turn around and make sure I get in the way of the ball.
then that has to be obstruction, surely.
But what's the difference?
What would have been the difference if he would have taken evasive action?
What, to get out of the way of it? And then been stumped because he got out of the way?
But because he chosen to run in front of the ball, but then took an evasive action, which, as far as I'm concerned, the rule still stands that if you take evasive action, you can't be out.
Right, so he's deliberately gone to get in the way, so then he can get out of the way and not be out.
And then the ball hits the stumps, and then where does that leave?
You've got to be out.
Yeah,
that's got to be out. You can't do that.
So,
but the problem with this is, I don't mind if you give him out, but it happens so often. Batsmen do that all the time, deliberately running the line of the balls coming in.
Yeah,
and they get praised for it. You hear commentators going, "Oh, that's very clever."
But
there'd be so many people that are given out if you're going to do that.
But a lot of the time they don't necessarily be hit, so they get away with it.
No, I know, but surely it's the intent, isn't it?
I don't think there should be a rule. I think it's ridiculous.
I
don't know how many times.
I think there has to be a rule, because otherwise people just turn around and just block it straight.
So
up.
What if you were to make the rule say, if your head is facing,
it has to be on intent, and if he's changed the way he's running,
well, which he has,
to stop the ball from then.
But then what about the argument was to say that he is quicker at going, it's going to be slower for him to go straight on, stop, turn around, and then come back, than going almost like a wave, if you like,
an S shape to get.
Well, not necessarily, almost like a half circle. Right. He's come back, but he's come the other way, if you like. He's had to go across the wicket and then move on to the other side of the wicket, instead of stopping, then turning round. That's he has the momentum.
This is getting crazy.
He has the momentum to almost not actually fully stop, but be able to continue moving. And whether he can get home quicker doing that way, that's still wrong, if you like. He has to stop, turn around, and make sure he's.
I think the rule has to be there. And umpires have to use their common sense as to whether they give it out or not. So, I think it should be in the umpire's hands.
Should it be? Would you?
There's going to be so many outs if you do that. Would you? Batsmen do that all the time.
South Africa give the opportunity to? We've seen it a lot of times with run-outs. Call the batsman back, or
well, they can if they want. That's completely up to them.
Would you have done that if you were in South Africa?
Not if we did an appeal and the umpire's given him out for it.
No, they appealed.
Then they're not going to call him back, are they?
Well, we have seen stranger things happen on a cricket pitch, haven't we?
Yeah, but if they're going for it and he gets given, they're not calling him back.
Do you remember when Paul Collingwood got in a lot of trouble? I forgot who got knocked over.
Do you remember Ian Bell?
I remember Ian Bell
with the
India. Yeah,
he got called.
That
was dodgy.
Was it Paul Collingwood and Ryan Sidebottom? It was a big bust up. Two players ran into each other, and Pollock ended up being a run out. And the umpire said, "Do you want to bring him back?"
Right, yeah, that's good umpiring.
Collie said no.
Right, yeah.
The game. I'm not a big fan of this, but because what about if it wasn't going to hit the stumps?
It's just you've got to do it on intent.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying. That's for the rules.
Okay.
But let's say if this wasn't going to hit this, then he's not.
If it was a wild throw and completely missed, but he's still going.
Then he's not obstructing, is he? He's not obstructing the ball hitting the stumps.
No,
and a potential chance of a run out. And I don't know if you can.
I don't think you're right there.
Go on then.
He is blocking the chance of a run out. He's just not blocking the path of the ball.
Right. Okay. Though.
Do you see what I mean?
You need to have someone backing up for that, don't you? For that to be a chance of a run out.
No. It's a direct hit.
But what I'm saying is, if you were able to have Hawkeye, ball tracker
on someone's throw,
and that, let's say we were able to do that, and we saw the ball wasn't on track to hit the stump, then he's not obstructing
the ball path.
He's not obstructing the opportunity to be run out, is he? He's not.
Yes, he is.
But the ball wouldn't have hit the stumps.
No, I know, but he's still blocking the opportunity of that throw being able to hit the stumps. Whether the throw's on target or not doesn't mean he isn't blocking the opportunity. He's blocking that ball He's not blocking the path of the ball because he's missed the target.
So what?
But even if he was hitting the target, he's blocked the path.
So let me just say this to you now. What would happen? This is me playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I'm not. I think you got a good point. A right-handed batsman has picked out mid-on.
Okay.
And now the batsman...
on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
The batsman is taking guard or around there.
What are you talking about? Taking.
So he's playing around in his crease. And the ball hits him.
Oh, right. So he's like scratching the marker.
So he's
right.
scratching it.
Is he in his...
Well...
Is he in his crease?
Let's say his bat is, but he's scratching out.
He's in his ground. If you're in your ground, that makes no difference.
But let's say his bat is... I'm saying that his bat is making movement, so you would want to check. This is me playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
Mind, that is his bat in the air. But the ball has come in, it's a wayward throw. And the ball's hit him.
So he's blocking the path.
By scratching out, yeah. So he hasn't attempted a run, but of course he could be he could still be out of his crease.
Not out, because he's not intending to block the path. He has no intent. He hasn't done anything that would suggest he's trying to block a direct run out. If you're running on one side of the pitch...
No, he has, though, because he could... So, again, I'm only doing this...
Keep going. This is like one of these things you just keep changing.
He doesn't need to... Let's say he doesn't need to change his guard or mark out his positions or any...
okay.
Until the ball hits the keeper's gloves, comes back to the bowler, and it's a dead ball. He doesn't need to do that. Let's say he is, because it's just a simple knockdown.
Yeah.
Then surely he could still be.
There's loads. Yeah, but there's loads. Yeah, I think there's so much stuff that comes. When does it become a dead ball? Because it's surely if he hits a on drive, goes to the fielder picks it up, no run, the fielder's still got it in his hands. Everyone's in agreement the ball is dead at that point.
I think
because the bowler's walking back to his mark. He could throw the ball to the bowler. The batsmen aren't going to try and nick a single, are they?
No.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
But at the same point, if he hits the ball to the fielder, and whilst the ball's rolling to the fielder, he goes, "Well, I'm not taking a run." Starts marking out, and the guy throws it and hits the stumps. He's out.
But then, what about if it hits him rather than the stumps? Because of the way he's gardening.
Yeah, not out.
See, but you can see it could be.
But it's not deliberate. But it's not a deliberate obstruction. But also, it's his mistake.
But also, it's it's his mistake. It's also not needed if you.
But at the same point, if he hit the ball, was going for a run, came back for the second, and he hasn't changed his path, and the throw just hits him, and it was going to hit the stump. So I wouldn't give that out.
So what about if he let's say he is a right-handed batsman. He's played it deep mid on,
right,
and he's obviously running down. If we're looking at the pitch from,
he's running towards the ball basically.
So he's running on the right-hand side of the wicket.
Okay, so he's running the offside.
So and obviously the ball's in the offside.
It's on the onside if you hit it to long on.
Sorry, cow corner.
Yeah.
So
that's to the left. If he's running down the right-hand side of the pitch.
No, if not from where he's standing. From behind the bowler's arm, as if you watch on television.
Right. So, sorry. Yes, I see what you're saying. You're going from two different angles. Okay.
So
right.
Let's think about it. Bird's eye from the television. He's running down the right-hand side. The ball is obviously on the same side as him.
Yes.
And so is the fielder. Yeah. And he's making that second run.
Right.
And he is already in a potential
I get what you're saying.
Of
obstructing the ball.
But he won't necessarily need to change his path. But he could definitely still obstruct.
Yes.
Now, how do you ever monitor that? Because he did.
Well,
a dive obstructing? Because why not? Because he could be diving to get in front of the ball. The ball hits him, and
it depends. If he dives when he's halfway down the pitch,
let's say,
then you're going, he's diving to obstruct the ball.
Let's say that the dive comes in just like a normal dive would be to get in.
Yeah, you can't have a go in for that.
But
because it's obviously close enough that he feels he's out of his ground that he has to dive.
He's doing what he can do to get back in. I think Jason Roy was doing exactly the same, and I think it's a really difficult rule to enforce.
No, Jason Roy's not doing the same thing. If he's changed his running path completely, he is changing it deliberately to obstruct the ball. If you play a shot and you're smart enough as a batsman to go, well, when I'm coming back, this is the route I need to be taking in order to block it. Fair play. Then you're not going to be out. But pick the running path to start with. If you're taking a path and you go, oh my, right, I'm going to be out. I've got to get on the other side and block it. Then you're putting yourself in danger. The thing is,
we spent a lot of time on this, but the thing is that Jason Roy, I don't think personally he could, because he had to effectively come back, he could choose to stay on the same running path. It's not like he was running through for a single and he went from leg stump to off stump.
No, I see what you're saying.
He had to come back as in
it's definitely slower.
Like a semicircle. No, I think it's faster.
Definitely not.
I think it's faster.
Definitely not.
Think about stopping and coming back, or doing the curve. I think it's faster to do the curve. Why not?
Nah.
I think stopping and then turning round and coming back is faster.
Yeah. Why do you think batsmen do that when they're running two rather than not just run through the crease and run round? It's faster, that's why.
Is that because they've slowed down?
Yeah, to turn.
Yeah, so... Oh, Mike just...
Do you not see what I'm saying? If it was quicker, surely they'd just run through the crease and keep running. Do you know what I mean, though?
Though, I think they've already...
They just do a circle around the crease and come back.
I think they're already... Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but you literally have to...
We both know he's deliberately got in the way of the throw.
And I'm not going to
himself from being out.
But I don't think that's... I think it's really hard, just like the diving thing.
You can give him out for that.
Yeah, through the laws of the book. Though I don't know how much...
I don't have any argument with him being given out for that. It's definitely not quicker either, the route he took.
We'll move on. Move on?
Yeah, I'm just saying that's not a quicker route.
We'll move on to Sam Billings doesn't make a score.
That was so... How long did we spend on that? Like 12 minutes.
Johnny Bairstow.
He's so good.
He's making it difficult.
He's so good.
Now, this is the point now where when Roy and Bairstow go, they go pretty quick with each other. 125 for one, soon turns into 133 for three.
Yeah.
And when you're 125 for one off 13 overs, you should be chasing down 170.
Yes.
No questions about it. Now, I have a real problem now with Owen Morgan due to this game. Not, I think he's a very good captain.
Right.
I think he's made a real big mistake here.
Go on.
I think he has not been clinical. He has not been ruthless. He has put himself at, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, number 6. When really we know...
Do you think he put himself there?
Yes, definitely. When we know him as a number 4. Now, I don't mind you putting Josh Buttler ahead of yourself. But don't put a debutant in front of yourself because you think it's going to be an easy run against a team like South Africa. Now, that is not ruthless enough. That's saying we're going to give this lad a knockout. And, right, Livingston, he hasn't had a good day. 16 off 18.
He's only used up 18 balls. I know that's a lot in 2020.
When you're 14 overs in, 18 balls is 3 overs, and that's enough to end the game. 18 balls is huge in T20. Morgan, I don't think has been ruthless enough, and he wants to give his debutant a run in, and it's actually cost the team. Livingstone, we all wanted you to do really well. It's just not been your day, and I don't think that's your fault. Obviously, you weren't necessarily good enough on the day, but you are probably good enough to be in the England team or around the England team. That's why you've been picked and brought up in the first place. I think Owen Morgan has made a real cock up there by not putting himself in front of Livingstone because I don't think he's been ruthless.
It's interesting.
What do you think?
I wouldn't see it like that, but I can see your point.
He's come at number 6. In front of a debutant has come in front of Josh Buttler when we needed to knock off the runs. Close the game off.
Yeah.
Think about winning the... Okay. Now, when I was watching this, I was angry. So I watched
That's interesting. I would never have thought of that.
Game.
But I think it's a good point. But at the same time...
Why is it important to put Livingstone in front?
If that's where Livingstone bats, if he's a high order batsman...
Livingstone is originally down on the team sheet at number 6. And we know Owen Morgan bats number 4. We know he can interswip with Josh Buttler a lot. Now, I understand putting Livingstone to give him game practice to it, but it's cost the team. And I think sport is a entertainment.
Yeah.
And we would rather have seen an England win today. The people at the ground, whatever. And we would have done that if we would have seen Josh Butler and Owen Morgan in front of Livingstone. I honestly believe that.
Do you think before the game started, if you saw that lineup, you'd have said that could cost England the game, putting that batting lineup out?
Yes.
Really? You reckon you'd recognise that? Going putting Owen Morgan batting there could cost England the game?
Just listen to this for a comparison then. Billings, Livingstone, Bairstow, Dawson. Bairstow I'm a big fan of. Put in, I know they might not even be involved in the squad at the moment, but Hales, Root, Moeen Ali, Ben Stokes. I'm sorry, but that batting order, those four players that I just mentioned are better than the likes of Billings, Livingstone, Dawson, even Bairstow. If you had to choose between which four batsmen you'd want, you would choose the original T20 members.
Right. Yeah.
And
Bairstow's been unlucky there, being put in.
Yeah, of course.
But I get your point.
I think Johnny Bairstow probably is a better batsman than a lot of the batsmen in the team. But
if you had to pick one for the other,
that's a weak batting line compared to what we're used to, isn't it? No, I don't mind giving to T20. Okay, I'm angry, a little bit upset. But T20's a kickabout, really.
Yeah. Do you not think that Morgan might have thought, for that exact reason, going, that's a bit of a wobbly batting lineup, I'll put myself further down. So it's
Josh Butler, Owen Morgan, probably in the top 5 best finishers in world T20 cricket. Both players are fucking brilliant at finishing games. Finished a fucking game.
Well, they're batting at 5 and 6. That's not exactly terrible finishing position, is it?
But they couldn't finish. They couldn't finish the game. They got out. They let them go in earlier.
But they still had the chance to get in
because someone's chewed up 18 balls.
Yeah, but they got in, so they had the chance to finish. They haven't been denied the chance, have they?
Well, Owen Morgan's been given 4 balls. Josh Butler's been given 8.
Out.
Livingstone's been given 18. Now, I might be being cruel, but I don't think this is clinical enough.
No, I think it's a good point. But again, I don't think England take it massively seriously. I think they wouldn't field that team if they were taking massively field.
Imagine if Ricky Ponting did this 2007. Could you imagine the Australian public? Ricky Ponting does this 2000.
Yeah. Okay.
Could you imagine Australia doing this in their heyday? This should be England's limited over heyday. This is the best we've ever been, limited overs. Imagine Australia doing that.
Yeah.
I know somebody will probably pull up a fact saying David Hussey
I know.
came in, but
they're going to have something like that. But
if the Australians weren't ruthless like this.
Yeah. They probably had a more solid team than England did.
But we know Australia being Australia are a ruthless team. They don't want to let teams back into games.
Definitely have different mentality.
And I think we're supposed to be this, very attacking, fierce outfit now. Now that wasn't. That was taking the piss.
I think it's just because the debutant has failed. Then
I'm not blaming him. I'm saying that when you are 100 and he comes in. When does he come in? When the second wicket.
My comment of saying he's only taken up 18 balls. That's a huge amount to take up.
So he would have come in close to the 14th. 14 overs being completed. I'm sorry, but we shouldn't be losing at 100 and even 125 for 2. We shouldn't be losing 133 for 3. We shouldn't be losing, but we've let Livingstone.
I don't know.
Take up 18
I can
balls.
see your point. I can see.
It's not. I don't think it's good enough. Owen, I know we look at it. We're in a strong position at 125 for 2 off 14. But don't take the piss. We've lost that because we were taking the piss out of the South Africans. We haven't been ruthless. We haven't just, how many times have we heard it with England football? Not put the boot on the throat or whatever you want to, however you want to word it.
I can see your point. But
and then the way he got run out.
Run out's just never good, is it? So it can't be good.
Honestly,
it can't be good.
If I was in the mood I was in when I was watching it, I would have said on this podcast that he did it on purpose.
You just bottled it, just wanted out.
When you
need... It can't be nice, can it? If you've used up 18 balls.
When you need to, So he runs one, and he's come back for the second.
Do you remember house matches? Just telling people to hit their own stumps because they were using a balls.
And Dawson wouldn't run, right? So the throw's coming in.
Right.
Livingston just runs up the pitch. Dawson hasn't even looked at him. He's looking away from
Ball watching.
He's
Dawson.
He said
What's
no.
he doing?
He's ran up the pitch against.
He's backing up.
Well done.
He's backing up.
Fucking.
I'm with you, Dorso and Morgie.
Yeah, no, Dawson's fine. He actually hit a fucking 4. Livingstone. I hope he has a brilliant future. But
who are you blaming it on? Who are you blaming
Owen
it on?
Morgan.
Right.
So I'm a big fan
Livo,
of.
Then.
He hasn't done well. He's chewed up fucking 3 overs for 16. 3 overs for 16. That's like
he needs to get his eye in.
That's like going
at
a 50-50 over game.
We've had a bad batting performance.
And,
I find it interesting.
And tactically, we've been bad.
Yeah, I find it interesting that you say Morgan hasn't been ruthless.
Go on.
Or rather than the batsmen who haven't been ruthless.
Well, Roy has been cheated out of a wicket.
Roy has cheated.
No, Roy has been cheated.
See, if I was going to pick someone, saying them, Johnny Bairstow and Jason Roy.
Yeah. Right. Okay. They've got in. They've got out. And that has. That. Do you know
why?
That's
not being ruthless.
Do you know why? Do you know why that's a problem?
Go on.
Because if they would have stayed in. No. What I'm about to say, but they let the decision go to Owen Morgan to throw someone else in there. That's what they haven't been ruthless.
Morgan didn't change the order during the game, did he?
Yes, he did.
Did he? Did he actually physically change?
How many times do we see him change the order? He throws himself around like there's no.
I don't think he throws himself around that much. He bats at 4.
No, generally he will throw. I've seen him throw Butler. I've seen him throw Stokes in front of him. He has put Livingstone in front of him. We know Owen Morgan is batting number 4, and when would you put in a normal lineup him batting?
This has got you.
Batting below Butler. He has changed that order. We saw him bat.
Do you think because he's made the mistake of putting Livingstone in,
he's
then put Butler in front of him? Because he thinks Butler's got the better chance of just scoring.
Yeah, he's fucking
he's bricked it and gone, right. Go on, Butters. All right. Yeah, it's a tactical mistake. It's a tactical mistake.
Nobody fucking asked him about it.
I don't know if it's...
When I was watching it, nobody asked him about it. They should have. If I was on Sky Sports, I'd have asked him about it.
Well, you're too controversial. That's why I got a job there.
I'd have fucking asked him about it.
Exactly, in your language.
I'd have been like, "Oi, cunt."
Yeah, come on.
I'd have asked him about that, being like, "Why weren't you being ruthless?" That's the words I would have put straight to him.
Yeah? You're going, what are you talking about, mate?
I think you agree with me.
It's a very good point.
Right, I've ranted a lot, and we're 42 minutes in, and we haven't even...
Okay.
Are we happy
Good game, though, isn't it?
Happy to put that one...
Good game, and obviously England haven't got the bottle.
So England lose by 3 runs. Dawson does all he can at the end.
Do we care?
It's really, really fucking annoyed me.
We should have definitely won it. I think that's why you're annoyed.
Yeah, and...
If we'd have got smashed, I don't think you'd have been that bothered.
No.
It's because we really should have won it and we bottled it.
The reason we lost it was because of...
We gave it away.
Yes, by not being ruthless. By letting somebody come in and have a little crack. Fuck it, let me have a go then.
Well, I knew you were going to say that. Let me bowl some dobblers. See if I can keep the run rate down. Like, no. No, it's a good point.
Do you agree with me?
Not really.
Why?
Some of it. Some of it. Not, I don't know.
I think it makes perfect sense.
It does, but I think it's very easy to say after the game.
I could have told you during the fucking game.
Captain
I was watching him take up. He ran himself out. And he ran himself out.
Jason Roy got in front of the ball and cheated.
South Africa bowled all right. That fucking... tell you what, that Morris, he's fucking rapid. Picks up 2 for 18 off his 4 today. Morkel quick today as well. Got good bounce.
Morkel's always...
But Morris was quick today. The rest of them... Owen Morgan's just not ruthless enough.
Right.
Well, I know we're 44 minutes in, but go on then. Let's hear about your last village cricket game.
Jeez. Right. Give me a second. I'll get up the fixtures list. Can you remember the team
Well, it was last. It was not. You didn't have a game last Sunday. It was the Sunday before. We're only one behind now.
Was it a loss? It was, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, you got.
It was a loss to Sapey.
Yeah, you got skittled out by Sapey.
Right. We played a team that don't have a home ground. They're like a touring team every year, so they just go around playing the same teams every year. They don't have a ground, so they bring a new ball.
Right.
Struggling to remember, it's quite a while ago now. We batted first.
Do you have a tot? Yeah, you win the toss to chose the bat.
We always choose to bat.
Right.
Because we usually set really big totals and then it makes the game a bit longer.
Who are you playing?
They're called Old Georgians.
Right, yeah. So you're playing people from the Tudor, Victorian times.
And it was another gargantuan collapse.
Right.
Of just...
Where do you come into bat?
I opened.
Oh, and how did you do?
I got 4. Then I got one on the legs. Got one on the legs. I thought I'd just nudge that away. And I've just played a tad bit early and it's leading edge. And to be honest, if I had a tennis ball and a tennis racket, I couldn't have nudged one back to the bowler any better.
The week before, you didn't get that, did you? You saw the wickets. So you...
I started the collapse.
Ravi Bapara did it.
Not really.
Oh, come on.
It wasn't. No. It wasn't a half. It wasn't a half attempt drive, and I've nipped it back to him. I've gone to just clip it off the legs, and it's a leading edge, and I couldn't have underarmed it better to him.
Right. Yeah.
So he's taken that, and then just a massive collapse.
So how many do you get?
We ended up getting 67.
Wow.
Not our lowest total. We were in danger of beating our lowest total, which is 48. We got that, and then. We managed, they got it with, I think, 8 overs left. So it took them 32 overs to get it.
Did you bowl?
I did.
What were you bowling?
Bowling some seam. Bowled 2 overs of spin.
Right.
It was going all right, but then really wanted to take wickets.
Yep.
And
so, can you remember your figures?
I think it was 8 for 14 or something for 1.
Oh, for 1. How did you get your 1 wicket?
Bowled.
Bowled,
and they had 2 batsmen, right? Either of them get out, we're going to win the game.
Right, yep.
And LBW, it was stone dead. You know it's out, and he didn't give it. And I was so angry.
Obstruction.
I was so angry he didn't give it, and it's the only time I've ever done it.
Yeah.
He didn't give it out, and I asked why. So why is that not out?
Did you ask him why he wasn't being ruthless enough?
I was like, why is that not out?
Yeah.
He's like, it's just hit him outside the line. Only just, though, only just. And that, to me, goes, he knows that was out.
Yeah.
And he's just making something up. The one thing it didn't is hit him outside the line. Couldn't believe it. Well, so we lost. Back-to-back losses.
I know we're not far into the season.
Right.
It hasn't been a superstar start, has it? With the bat?
With the bat, certainly not.
I think the ball has been pretty good when you've had a chance.
Yeah, it's all right.
But with the bat, You
wait until I get to go on a proper pitch, mate.
Yeah, I feel you. Right.
It hasn't been a superstar season for anybody with a bat.
You had a good...
our pitch is
last
awful.
year, you had a very good year with the bat.
I think it was the year before that, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I think I batted last year. So, yeah. We're playing this Sunday at home again.
So are England. So we'll look forward to hearing on both results, of course. If you have enjoyed this episode...
I'll tell you what, we got 50
a bit more.
last week.
Yeah.
No, we've smashed 60. That's quick, that is. We've got 61 subscribers now.
Oh, right, yeah, the subscribers.
Took us ages to get from 40 to 50, and we've gone from 50 to 60.
Well, it literally...
Got our eye in now.
I think what's happened is, cricket in terms...
Starting to drive it.
What's happened is it's hit the helmet, gone for 4, but obviously 5 penalty runs as well. So you know when it hits the helmet?
I get it. I'm trying to follow how that relates to the subscription.
Well, we went from 50 to 61.
Yeah.
And it was a no ball.
But this sounds like it's not because of us.
Well, it's in cricket in terms, right?
Yeah. Well, in cricket terms, I'd say we've struggled to get to the 50, and now we've got our eye and we've started just purling it. Not that we've been beaten for pace, clipped on the head, and then it's hit the Wickie's helmet, and that's why we've got so many runs.
It's a no ball. We have played a beautiful shot. We have played a beautiful shot off our legs.
Right.
What it's done, it's gone to square leg.
Okay.
He has thrown it in.
Oh, for God's sake!
So we've got.
We're on the left-hand side, and we've veered off to the right-hand side.
There's one that's gone up for the no ball. He's thrown it in. It's pinged off the keeper's helmet behind him.
Oh wow, that's a total misthrow then. I mean, it's just gone.
You tell me.
Completely wayward.
And then it's gone for 4. There's the 5. 5 penalty runs. The boundary 9, and the no ball 10.
You're just trying to rack up that many in one ball, is what you're saying. That's how we've done it so
it's
quickly.
taken us one episode
to
hit. What was it? 11, and then the next one was the only legitimate ball. We just Kumar Sangakkara down to the third man.
Nice.
Open the face. Hello.
I'd prefer to just be like, just start to time it beautifully. And
we are timing it beautifully.
Now the runs are just going to keep flowing.
They certainly are. It's just,
okay.
We can only beat who's in front of us, can't we?
That's true. That's a very good point.
And as far as I'm concerned, we are better than those that were on that list.
Yeah.
I read at the start.
For anyone worried about my cricket season, we're going to get it back on track. Don't worry about it.
Certainly been a more successful episode than...
yeah, the text held together nicely.
than last week. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, I've been very... about this episode. I've been engaged, I think.
Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, you got riled up about it. Certainly.
Yeah, I've been very engaged. I've enjoyed it. I might throw down a like.
Okay.
Hope you do as well. Comments.
Smash that subscribe button.
We only need a few more comments until we make it into another segment of the show.
Yeah.
I think we
don't forget to hit the little bell.
We could do with half a dozen more comments, and we could rattle through those. Yeah, of course. Owen's just cracked on. If you're new around here, subscribe. Hit the little hit the little bell.
Yeah.
Not Ian.
And yeah, good. Yeah, again, just cheers.
Tell a friend. Hit the share button.
Thanks. I mean, it's really nice of you to listen.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.